This instructional video is about ellipses. And in this section, we're going to talk about how to write the standard form of an ellipse. But before we talk about ellipses, first we have to be able to explain or understand what an ellipse is. There is a specific definition. The way it works is this. If you're given an ellipse, which is sort of like an elongated circle, let's suppose like over here, let's say this one. Here's an ellipse. Then the way we define an ellipse is a point on that curvilinear line of an ellipse. Let's give it a fixed point. Here's a fixed point. Let's call that a focus. The distance from this focus to that point on the curvilinear line of the ellipse, let's call that distance 1. And here's a second point, second focus. The distance from here to that same point on the curvilinear line of the ellipse, let's call that distance 2. Those two distances added together will be the same regardless of where that point on the curvilinear line of an ellipse is. So for example, if we move that point to, let's say, over here, then the distance from that point to that focus added together with the focus distance to here will be the same as the distance of these two added together. It remains constant. And that's how we define what an ellipse is. And those two focuses are now called foci, the plural form of a focus. And you know what? We could do an experiment on that, actually demonstrate. So for example, let me take this piece of string right here, okay? And let me take these two nails, and I'm going to nail it just like these two focuses, the two foci. And let's do that like this. Let me nail it over here, and let's say over here, right there. All right, that's a good solid one. And let's take the second nail, and let's put it over here instead. Let's say like over here. Okay? All right. So we got our two foci. Okay? So if I put my string around it, and if I take my pencil and stretch it out, that will represent the distance. You see? Distance here and distance there. And I'm going to draw an ellipse. Yes, check this out. Here we go. Draw, just let the string stretch out. There you go. See that? It just goes round and around on the same point. Look at that. It's just like a circle, but it gets elongated as the point on the ellipse changes position. Just goes over and over. Isn't that awesome? And so, just by the demonstration of the string, what I was trying to point out is here, the distance, if I were to use a string, from here focus to any point where the pencil was, to that point of the focus, that distance added together will be the same as if that same string was stretched over to another point on the ellipse from there to there. It's always the same. And it's proven by the ellipse that was drawn. And so, I don't think the custodian's gonna like the fact that I nailed on the desk. I'll be back. So let me take, oh gosh, take that out. I need to patch that up somehow.